Om Shanti and very good morning to all of you. Uh, Please confirm if I'm clearly audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you very much. Uh, so we are going to read the Avyakta Murli today. Thank you, Rakhiben, for sharing the screen. Okay. So, Om Shanti. Today we are going to read the Avyakta Murli as of 16 January 1979. The heading of this Murli is The Way to Become One Who Constantly Has a Tilak, Crown, and Throne. So today, Baba is seeing all the children's and Baba is seeing how we are carrying ourselves on this path. So there are multiple types of children Baba has described in here, how we carry ourselves, how we are carrying our Purusharth, and Baba has also given uh, some specific hints or the way how we carry or what is lacking in our progress and how can we overcome those faults or those kind of flaws that we have to become one who constantly has a tilak crown and who is constantly sitting on the throne irrespective of any situation. So let's start the Murli. Bap Dada was seeing the difference between the present and the future of all the children. On seeing the present time of the children, Bap Dada was pleased, and yet at the same time, on seeing the unique behavior of some of the children, he also felt mercy. So on one side, Babdada is happy to see our present time, but on other side, he is also feeling mercy for some children. The Father makes you so elevated, yet because of some small mistake, because of their carelessness, children come down from their elevated stage. Today, Bapdada was especially looking at the various amusing forms of the children. Amusing forms. As soon as you take your Brahmin birth in the confluence age, Bapdada gives you the crown of serving the world, Vishwa Sevadari. However, today, Baba saw an entertaining game. Some had a crown and also their tilak, but others, instead of wearing a crown, were carrying on their heads bundles of the big and small sins they had committed now and in the past, and also the burden of their disobedience while moving along. So, some of the children are having their crown, but some of the children are not having the crown, but instead of wearing the crown of world seva or world services, they are carrying the burdens of their sins, the sins they have made in this confluence age, in this birth, as well as the past birth's burden of many sins. Some were wearing a crown, whereas others had a bundle on their heads. The bundles were number wise, some big and others small. Instead of being double light, instead of constantly being a trustee in Brahmin life, some had a basket of various burdens of being a household on their heads. On seeing this, Bap Dada felt mercy for them because Baba is giving the crown and children are removing the crown and all over again carrying the burdens on their head. So Baba is feeling mercy for them. What else did he see? You have been given many easy methods by the Father, but because your intellects are not constantly connected, because you make easy things difficult, because you have adopted many difficult methods, you were visible in your tired form. So Baba has given easy methods of Raj Yoga, but Baba says because your intellects are not connected, constantly connected with Bab Dada and creating your own difficult methods, Baba can see our tired faces or tired forms. So instead of experiencing this to be an easy path, some of you seemed to be having to force yourself to use the means of effort. What else did he see? So some of you, Baba is saying, some of you is forcing themselves on this path. They're not doing it easily or like naturally, but they force themselves because they carry some difficult methods. They do not connect themselves constantly with Bab Dada. So they find the path is a bit difficult and it's like you have to follow. In that sense, they're forcing themselves on this path. So what else Baba see? Just as the sun is hidden when clouds come in front of it, so too, because the clouds of Maya come again and again, many children step away from the sun of knowledge and then try to find the sun again. So, because clouds of Maya coming all over again, Baba says some children just step away from the sun and again start to find the sun. Sometimes they would be in front of the sun and sometimes they would step away from it. They remain busy in playing this game. So they make themselves busy in playing such games. That is why Baba said they get tired and their forms are looking very tired. They remain busy in playing these games as well as this, because some children are mischievous, they come out of the father's lap of remembrance and begin to play in the dust of Maya and the mud of body consciousness. So some children are always mischievous uh, in outside world as well. When some children, when father keep them on his lap, children just jump and want to play into the muds. Just like that, Baba is saying that some children do not want to be held on the lap of remembrance, but they try to get down in the dust of Maya and the mud of body consciousness. So they don't want the lap of father remembrance, but sometimes they get down more frequently. Instead of playing with the jewels of knowledge, they play with the muds. It's just like children. If you give them some good stuff, they don't play with it. They just throw it away and again start playing into the mud. Just like that, some children are also not playing with the jewels of knowledge, but they play with the mud. The father moves them away from the mud again and again, but because of their sanskars of creating mischief, they still become dirty. Some children are attracted by attractive things that bring temporary happiness and become so engrossed in those things that for that duration they forget about the time and the imperishable attainment. So sometimes children get attracted towards temporary things and they forget what is the attainment, the imperishable attainment they will have if they sit on the lap of the father. And that is why they all over again get down and play with the muds. Then they later regain consciousness. So this is actually, if we see, this is just a waste of time and energy, getting down all over again coming back to the consciousness, to the awareness, again for some time, not remembering or not being in that stage, and again come back. So it's like a play, and which is actually making us more tired, and which is also just waste of energy and time in both this sense. So we are just losing our energy for in this game, and that is why Baba feel mercy for such children. Baba saw many unique forms of the children. Now check yourself to see what your form is. So where do I fit? That is what Baba wants us to check. Baba Dada wants to see every child constantly in this elevated form. Constantly in this elevated form. Why do you put aside your crown and heart throne and carry a basket of burdens? Do you prefer the crown, the basket, or the bundle? So Baba is asking, what do you prefer, a crown, a basket of burden, or the bundle? If all three images were placed in front of you, which image of the three would you prefer? You have been playing all these wonderful games for 63 births. What game do you want to play now at the confluence age? So Baba is saying you have already playing these games for quite a long time. So now change your game according to the time. What new game you need to play in the confluence age? The best game is the game of the children meeting the father. Play with the jewels of knowledge that you have received from the Father. That is the best game. Play with the jewels of knowledge that you have received from the Father. There is such a vast difference between jewels and mud. What are you going to do now? You have been playing childish games of carelessness and mischief for a long time. Now, the time for going into the stage of retirement is coming closer. So now enough of games. Now it's time to retire yourself from these games. Therefore, now have the determination thoughts to finish all of those things. Become one who constantly has a crown, tilak, and throne. All three are deeply connected. If you have a tilak, you would definitely have a crown and throne. Sorry. Always keep your elevated fortune and your elevated attainments in front of you. So always keep your attainments and your fortune, what you are going to gain through this. Baba is saying always keep that picture in front of your eyes, and then gradually you will stop playing such games all over again, and you will be able to sit on the throne constantly along with your crown and the tilak. Always keep your elevated fortune and your elevated attainments in front of you. When you constantly keep in front of you all your attainments and the one from whom you have attained everything, you can never become weak in facing Maya. So this is a trick. While facing Maya, why we became weak, or why we become why we get influenced by Maya, because we are not keeping our future, the attainment that we are going to gain from this, we not keep it in front of our eyes, and that's why we sometimes fails or face it difficult, or face difficulty in handling Maya or the situations for that matter. Simply remember one thing: Bap Dada is with you in all relationships and in everything you do. It is only when you let go of Baba's companionship that you end up playing these unique games. When you have the company of the Father who carries the responsibility for the whole world, why do you still carry a basket filled with the burdens of your limited responsibilities? So Baba is saying, give all your responsibilities and burdens to me. And when the Father who carries the responsibility for whole world is with you forever, then why do you still carrying those baskets of and the burdens of your responsibilities? Can the one who is carrying the burden of the whole world not carry your little burden? Because you become influenced by your old sanskars, you pick up that bundle of burdens again and again because of old sanskars, because we are still Purusharthi. We are working on our sanskars, and that is why sometimes these sanskars play their role and we pick those burdens all over again. Then, why you become tired? You cry out of liberation. So, if Baba is able to take your burdens, Baba is asking why you cry and why you cry out for the liberation and why you became tired. On the other hand, you hold on to everything, and on the one hand, you hold on to everything, and on the other hand, you call out for liberation. So these are two ironic things. If you're holding things, you're never going to get liberated from them. So while we are holding, we still are crying for liberation. But once we let go of things, we don't even need to, wait or look if we get liberation or not. Let go is itself liberating yourself from the burdens. Once you let go, you can become free. This courage of 1 second frees you from all the many types of burdens for many births. So basically, Baba is saying you need courage to let go of these things. Do you remember the first promise you made to the Father? Mine is the one and none other. मेरा तो एक शिव बाबा दूसरा न कोई. When the consciousness of mind has finished and only the one who is yours remains, how can you have the consciousness of mind about limited responsibilities? So if your consciousness is Mera to ek Shiv Baba, the one is only mine, at the same time, how you can have the consciousness as mine for your limited responsibilities. So Baba is saying you cannot have both the things at the time. If you're having Mera to ek Shiv Baba, then you cannot have the consciousness of my responsibilities, whether it's limited or it's your personal or professional responsibilities. You will not have that consciousness that my responsibilities, because you have already given all responsibilities to Baba, and now Baba is only yours. So everything else of you has already become of your father. Just like your responsibilities also, he has already taken care of that. So you can't have that consciousness that my responsibility of handling home, handling family, or my job, everything you have to give to Baba in one go. And then only you can have Mera to ek Shiv Baba. Otherwise, you cannot have both the things at the same time. So where did the consciousness of mind for your own body come from? If you already have given everything to Baba, from where you have this consciousness for your body that it's mine? Where did the consciousness of mine for sanskars of weakness come from? You call yourself enlightened soul. However, to be an embodiment of knowledge means that your thinking, speaking, and doing are all equal and constantly powerful. However, to be an embodiment of knowledge means that your thinking, speaking, and doing are all equal and constantly powerful. Every act of an enlightened soul is as powerful as the Father's act. Your sanskars, virtues, and tasks should be the same as those of the Almighty Father. Those who remain stable in a powerful stage cannot engage themselves in those amazingly wasteful games. See, Baba is using the word, even though these games are amazing, but they are wasteful because they are actually depleting your energy and also wasting the time, the most precious time of confluence age. So those who remain stable in the powerful stage cannot engage themselves in those amazingly wasteful games, whilst constantly remaining busy in the game of celebrating a meeting with Bab Dada, become equal to the Father and make others equal to the Father. So, what will you do this year? You have been given this extra time. For what? For the self. So, this extra time Baba has given is for self, to improve yourself or uh, to attain what Baba is asking. This extra time is also very significant. It is so that those who have come later do not complain that they received very little time. Just as when you buy something, you are given a little of something else free. So too, according to the drama, this extra time for service has been entrusted to you. Therefore, use this treasure with which you have been entrusted according to Bapdada's elevated directions. So, this extra time is given to you. So, Baba is asking, or Baba is expecting us to use this time as per the directions given by Bapdadas, the elevated directions for service and for self progress as well. Do you understand what you have to do now? Keep yourself busy in world service at every moment and every thought, such as and every thought such that all of those wasteful games automatically stop. Keep yourself busy in world service at every moment and every thought, such means in such a way you keep yourself busy that all of those wasteful games automatically stops, because you're busy in serving and you're busy in self progress. You will not have any extra time, or not even not forget about extra time. You will not have any time at all to utilize or to waste into these games that you are playing for last 63 births. So it will stop automatically, gradually. This is the result that Bap Dada wants to see. Acha, to those who consider themselves to be trustees of their every thought, and second, to those who maintain the powerful thought of belonging to the one Father and none other, to those who have unlimited powerful thoughts, to those who are constantly busy in thinking benevolent thoughts for world benefit, to those whose sanskars are as powerful as their fathers, to those who bid farewell to everything wasteful by remaining constantly in the Father's company, who bid farewell to everything wasteful by remaining constantly in the Father's company. To such enlightened souls, very many congratulations from Bab Dada, and as well as this, to those who remain seated on his heart throne, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. Om Shanti. We'll stop this Murli here today. And now we'll have 2 minutes of 1 minute or 2 minutes of silence just to think over, and then we will start the discussion. You can share your points, what is takeaway for you, or which point you like the most, or even if we have any of us have any query, we can go through that as well. We can discuss on that as well. Thank you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yes. Now you can share your thoughts. Well, there is the first question from myself only, because there is one point where Baba said that there is a deep connection in tilak, the crown, the tilak, and throne. So maybe we have the answer in the remaining Murli. So I think I will keep this on standby, this question, till we complete the Murli. And if we get the answer uh, in second part or third part, we'll definitely it's okay. But if you don't get, then I'll raise this question on last day all over again. So it's just on standby for now. And yes, anyone want to share anything regarding this as well, or the or your thoughts as well, your thoughts or your takeaway points? Anyone want to start?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Even I don't know how you caught my mind over
Thoughts.
there. No, but I didn't think because when Baba has given that sentence, I know he had to explain it. You won't leave it loose like that.
Yeah.
Because I find these three are so different. I was just thinking, what is that crown, and
Mm-hmm.
what is the tilak, and what throne, and how one is the crown of responsibility. And the
Mm.
tilak, sometimes he says it's the tilak of service, or it's the tilak of victory, or it's the tilak of remembrance. Baba gives this relevance of tilak. So many ways. Sometimes he says tilak of victory, and or in the morning he says, "Come, come, my child, I'm going to decorate you," as if he's putting the tilak of remembrance. Throne, he
Yes.
always says, "Where are you seated? Are you seated in your house? Are you seated in your body? Where are you seated?" Jump up, because if you sit anywhere else, you're going to, that's a corporeal kind of thing. You will fall down. Come to my heart and sit in my heart throne. You'll feel love.
Mm.
I've often seen this kind of thing. But even when you spoke about that, I said, there has to be, because these three gifts are always there in all his Murlis. And what is that
Yes.
gift? Even I used to think, as you said, we can be. But I
Mm.
like the sun and moon. You know why? When I
Mhm.
was new to the knowledge, and when I had to give this knowledge to the children,
Mm.
the especially my kids and all, we had a book called as The Voyagers. That was a
Mhm.
lovely book.
Mhm.
That was the story of the sun and the moon and the stars, where there was a father and a mother and the children. They were all staying in the highest floor in a big tired house. Suddenly, one of the child gets naughty. He comes to the balcony and he says, "Oh, Dad, see down. It's so nice. I want to go." The father says,
Mm.
"No, you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go." Okay. But after some time, every time he comes down, he sees it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. What to do? The father loves his children. And the father loved this child. The story in that voyage has really attracted me. And so he
Mhm.
says, "Okay, go down, but come back immediately."
Come back,
"Yes,
exactly.
I will come back." So he goes. He goes, was he alone? He looks up, he calls next, "Come, come, come, it's very nice. Come, come." So the next soul goes, the next. And all like that go, and that father is waiting up. And he sends the mother down. "Mother, that is Brahma. Oh, your children, they are not listening to me." I just remember that beautiful story. But for me to say the sun, I would say the sun is very hot.
Mhm.
That's why we step away. And I like that hide and seek game he's saying. Children do that.
Mm.
They do that actually with the moon, not the sun. But when the sun is going behind the clouds, they look, where are the clouds? And then the clouds go, sun appears again. Have you seen that in
Again,
the sky? It's
yes.
beautiful. The sun goes behind the clouds, and then it's dark. And then we see up slowly the clouds go, and then the sun comes back.
Mm.
That
Yes.
kind of game here, the physical game, I really love that. But I
Mhm.
didn't know that Baba is comparing it as if I am playing with Baba like that. I don't think there's a song, no, "Tum to yahi kahi kahan gaye Baba, mere
Yes.
paas hi." So I
Mhm.
don't think now in this confidence age, I would risk playing that game. I don't
Yes.
want those clouds to come. I don't want him to hide away. I
Mhm.
don't know. This is the churning I was playing with, this story and this thing in that first part of the Murli. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, very true. That's what Baba said. Sometimes children get attracted to such temporary things and they forget that this is temporary and this is actually wasting their time as well as depleting their energy. So Baba don't want us to continue. And Baba said it very nicely. You have already playing this for 63 births. Now it's not time to continue with this game, but you have the jewels of knowledge into your hand, and now your new game. We always want newness in everything. If we don't have newness, we get bored. And still Baba may be amazing, maybe wondering why my children are still very interested in this game. They're playing this for a long time. They still didn't get bored of this. But yes, Baba have already given us the new game to play. Play with the jewels of the knowledge. So yes, that's what we need to. And it's just not about the game perspective. The main perspective Baba has is if we are wasting our time and the energy. And this is not time to waste energy or to deplete yourself of energy in such a way because you're not gaining anything. We are just losing everything in this game. So we better start playing the new game because we have lot of jewels and we really need to, experiment with each and every point of knowledge in our practical life. I don't think even after 20 or 30 years we have experimented everything into our practical life. No, it's because it's ocean. It has no end. So there are so many things we can explore each and every day, and there is newness in this knowledge in every day. Sometimes even everyone has been through this situation, that sometimes we says what is in the Murli, every day Baba says same thing, but no, if we really read Murli twice thrice, we really find every time at least one sentence or one perspective newly, or the fresh one that we never thought of before. So there is newness in every Murli, in every point of knowledge. We just need to have that perspective, and we just need to look from that point of view, that there is a newness, and we'll definitely find, because we also have all experienced this thing, that if I have a question and I just ask in Amrit Vela, or I just have that thought, I'll get the answer in the Murli. And many of us get answers in the Murli for their questions, all kind of questions, whether it's personal, professional, relationship, whatever, but we get it. So Murli is a newness, and human beings are of this bent of mind that we need newness in everything. We can't keep doing same thing all over again. We get bored, but why we are not getting bored with this game? That is a wonderful story, wonderful something different. But yes, Baba still wants us to stop that for our own sake and to start to play with this new game. Yes, anyone else? One more thing Baba mentioned here, the burdens we are carrying, that this has been mentioned by Girisha sister on the chat, burdens of overflowing sins of past and present as well, and burdens of disobedience. So these two things that we need to think about, that we already have a lot of burden of past sins, and as Baba always says that in confluence age you will get multifold for one, whether it's a sin or it's a good act. If you do a good act, you will get multifold as a good return, and vice versa. If you do anything wrong, you will get multifold. And wrong is not just in West or wrong words, but specifically sins. And Baba also says sometimes that subtle sins are still there, that we are carrying, or we are doing them. And even if we know the knowledge and everything, the depth, but few things that we really do in very subtle way, we don't even realize it's a sin or what, but we take it as a very normal trend of doing things, but it is getting count as our sin. And like Baba says, 100 times, like, of one act, so whether it is good act or bad, so we are having, like Baba also says sometimes, that your burden of sins of confluence age is much more higher than all 63 births. So 63 births, it was just 1 to 1, now it's 1 to 100. So it's too much burden. And and the other one that Baba says is burden of disobedience, because every time we don't follow according to Srimad, that's going to be a burden, that's going to be a biggest sin, in fact. So yes, all these two burdens are very much, it's very important to think over them.
Not to worry, Yogita Ben. See, what did he say in the Murli? Why you
Mm,
worried about the burdens? He's like a big coolie. See, when we come
exactly.
down the train, if we have a lot of luggage, what we do, we may engage one or two coolie. Or what we do,
Yes.
that wagon, we use. So I
Mm,
always, I never think, oh, the coolie is waiting, Baba is there. And I like the consolation which he gives. Why you're worried? See, the coolie, we come down the train of your thing. I am there. I'm the biggest coolie for you. I will
yeah,
take all burdens. You are picking,
right.
then you are crying. And then you are holding and then say, Baba, please leave. Like like a chodo to chuto, they say, that let go.
Exactly, exactly. Let go, then you will be free.
अरे आप छोड़ो ना तभी मैं आपका लगेज ले सकता हूँ. I
Right.
like that one concept which Baba has given about. So you were saying about burdens. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
tell you, don't worry, Baba is there. Just get throw off. So I'm never. I know these two burdens. The reason this is reason. But Baba is very telling us to go into retirement. Even I think in one
Exactly.
of the Sakar Murli, that was the first sentence. Child,
Mm-hmm.
time to go back home. Retirement. Whether you're a 1 day
Retirement.
or whether you're a 90-day or 90 years old child. I
Mm-hmm.
was telling Baba, the Sangam Yuga has just started. See,
Mm-hmm.
some 80 years back. And today, see, tomorrow is my father's birthday. What a right
Yeah.
time to think. It's such a thing to say, see, Baba, your birthday is also coming. You just came so many years back. So
Mm.
when you just come so many years back and suddenly you're asking retire, you 4,900 years you spent nice. Now you want to retire because you want to go back. You want to take the children and go back. What you're
Mm.
telling us to retire only this 100 days, immediately retire. Vanaprasth.
Mm.
When he say that, I used to just say, very smart, Baba, you have just come for 4,900 years, you made us sleep. You didn't bother.
Mm.
I had gone downstairs. I told you I'll come up. You just sent my mama and you didn't come up. And now from up you're doing. I sometimes just, but I love this big coolie thing. Like yesterday
Mm.
also I was sharing with Shivani Ben. It's like a canopy of protection, a
Right.
canopy of love. I love this sentence very much in the Murli.
Mm-hmm.
But even Baba
Mm-hmm.
is playing games. I tell Baba, even you're playing games with us for so many years. And then 100 years, you just come and say, come on, time. And you take a stick and then take us back home.
Yeah. Because our perspective is up to for 100 years, but Baba's perspective is for the 5,000 years, because he is not doing anything for 5,000 years. He's just sitting there. But we are doing everything and we are getting ourselves tired. We are, committing sins. We are creating these burdens. So from our perspective, he's saying that it's time to go back, because yes, it took 100 years to God to change the world, to transform the world, which means the sins, the sanskars are so deep rooted that even Godfather takes 100 years to change a human being. So, in that perspective, he's saying, "Come on, it's now time to get back."
Whose
Yesterday,
mistake? Whose
sorry,
mistake?
oh, it's no one's mistake. It's just our unawareness. It was not even mistake. It was just unawareness, because according to drama, it was not there.
No,
His
my father left me. Why did every day I ask him, why did you not pull me from that floor? You could have just thrown a rope from me from down and pulled me up.
That's what
I,
he's doing
I
right now. Because
oh,
there is a right
Abhi.
time to do this thing. It's not like, see,
Ah.
because he is a father of all, entire world, the entire human race. He cannot just think for the children who are there onto the field from Satyug, because you have been here from Satyug, and for 205,000 years you were in peace and calm and prosperity, and after that, when you started, losing things, you started crying. But he is a father for the entire human race, so he needs to take care of everyone. So unless everyone is down, he cannot pull you up. That's what father do. He is for everyone. He's not just mine. He's of all 700, 800 crores souls, however, whatever the count is. He's for everyone. So because everyone have their own drama, own part in this act. So unless we all play our part, unless we all come down, he can't pull us up there. That's why he's waiting till the end of the cycle.
It's okay, Yogita Ben. I still love him. And tomorrow is his birthday, but only I can
Yeah, and
play with
anyway,
him. No,
he is the only
nobody
one
else.
with us.
Only I can play with
We
him
can
when he's playing with me. And
exactly. He's the only
he
one with
knows
whom we
that.
can see these things.
He
Yes.
knows that. I'm just waiting for that rope to come down to pull up. He knows it. But still,
Yeah,
I want to play with him. At the end of the day, he's my father, so I can
exactly.
play with him. And
Exactly.
tomorrow is
He's
his
the only one
birthday,
we have
so
right over. Yes.
yeah, I have absolute right.
And he's the only one that we have right to do all these things or to say whatever we want to him. We can't say these things to, other human souls. Only he is the one with whom we can play, with whom we can, complain and raise our issues, everything. Yes. And it's very good. And this is the very unique thing that just not his, but along with him, all the all of his children also have the same birthday. So we all have our birthday coming tomorrow, coming on 8th. So happy birthday to everyone in advance as well. And yes, anyone else want to share anything?
Happy Milan also.
Yeah, happy Milan as well, of course. Yes, anyone else? Any thought, any point from today's Murli? Anyone would like to share?
Yogita Ben, why don't you just, you know, this Yat Pyar, summarizes the whole Murli, they say. I loved what all Baba spoke there, like I am
Mhm.
a trustee. I belong to one. Everything I would do for world benefit. His
Mhm.
samskars, his virtues, his task is mine. Bye bye waste. Like these were the key points which Baba is
Yes,
very nicely put in Yat Pyar.
yes, very true. So, yes, no one have anything to say? I mean, it's okay. Or anyone, okay, let me check if anything we have in the chat. Radhamani's sister has mentioned the point she loved from today's Murli. Now the time to give farewell to the game. Enjoy retirement stage with remembrance of father. Still playing in the mud, not aware of my original elevated form. We are aware, but we sometimes tend to forget. We are all aware because when Baba gave us his introduction and our introduction, he gave everything. I mean, he taught everything, or he shared all the wisdom. So we are aware, but we just sometimes tend to forget that who we are now and what is our responsibility now. So yes, Baba has summarized it in a very, I think almost every point he covered in this summary at in the last paragraph that we read, where he summarized that Namaste to all those children with having all those qualities or who is following different things that Baba has shared. Namaste to all of them. It was a nice conclusion. And yes, if we don't have any thoughts to share, we can sit in silence for 2 minutes and then we can wrap up. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Yogita Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a nice day.
Om Shanti. Thank you.